Mark, we're just talking to Mark here and seeing how confidence is really high at the moment.
Yeah, I think it is. I think, but it's grounded, I think, and, I think there's a quote that Bill Shankly said, overconfidence is ignorance, so we're not silly. We know we're mortal and we know we've been doing okay, but we know the next one's the one that counts, so, we're very grounded, but, we're upbeat, we're training well, they're working hard, they're believing what we're telling them, and, all of that's good from a coaching point of view.
Now that you've gone on this run, how much has the attitude of the players changed since you came in?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the attitude was like before I came in, so it's very difficult for me to comment on that. All I can say is that I think the attitude since I came in has been first class, and I think it's that attitude and that preparedness to work as hard as they've worked in training, which they then take into games, which has gotten them the recent success. So, there's nothing, there's no rocket science, there's not some formula that I know that, previous people didn't know. The boys have applied themselves and they've got the benefits of it.
You've always said that you didn't want to think about the playoffs, that wasn't where Motherwell should be. Do you think you're now in a position that you're looking ahead rather than
Not really, and I'm not being kind of, clever about that. I think we have to be careful. You lose a couple of games and somebody wins a couple of games and suddenly you're looking over your shoulder and then you've got a game against that team and suddenly if they beat you, they're level. So, these things can turn around quickly. I think we've got to stay with the same attitude. We've just got to keep getting as many points on the board as we can and putting as much daylight between us and the teams below us as we can. And when we reach a point, I think it's about 40 points, then maybe we can start to breathe easy.
Liam Grimshaw's left the club. How much of a loss will he be?
Yeah, we're going to have to make up for it. He's been brilliant. He's a fantastic lad, and we've said that we wish him all the best. He's one of those boys that comes on loan, but you would never know he was on loan because he put such heart into everything and such a popular boy in the pitch and the dressing room. That we're sorry to see him go, and we will miss him. But we'll have to compensate in other ways, and we just wish him all the best.
Is there scope to bring anyone else in?
Yeah, there's scope. We had, Grimmy as a loan. We could find something else like that to replace him. If anybody goes the other way, then maybe we'll have room. But we've done what we've done with the squad we have, minus Grimmy. So, with one addition to replace Grimmy, then would be have the status quo, and there's no really need to panic. We've got enough. We feel. We've still. I feel there's one or two that have still to give us of their best. Lionel, for instance, Lionel arguably should be the star player in this squad, and recently hasn't been. But we've not given up on him, and so we've still got him to come. And if we can get the best out of Lionel, then that should more than compensate for the loss of Grimmy.
Has he been knocking on your door saying, "I want to play"?
Yeah,
I want to be
he has. Yeah, he has. And more than that, he's been knocking on my door, kind of. Hypothetically, by his performance at training, he's been the way he's been shown. He's not been necessarily in my office, but the way he's trained has been saying to me, right, okay, I'm listening to what you're doing. I'm doing what you're asking me to do. He's been showing. We've talked a lot to Lionel about working back the way. And I see him training now when the ball goes dead, sprinting back into position, and that's kind of new. So yeah, he has been.
With Liam away and Keith Lasley suspended for Saturday, how much of a concern does that give you?
Yeah. Big concern, but it gave me a big concern, at the moment Grimmy went, and I thought, oh my God, we're going to Tynecastle without our two most physical players at a time when, Hearts are playing a very robust style of game, But as the weeks went on, we've developed an idea as how to approach it, and now we're very confident that we have a way of playing that will be maybe a little bit different, but will make up for the loss of Grimmy.
Get too many concerns about maybe being bullied a wee bit by Hearts at the weekend?
No, I've got no fears of that at all. I mean, we played them out here, and we beat them up as much as they beat us up. I've got a lot of time for the way Hearts play. We're trying to do some of that as well. I think you're entitled to. It is a physical game these days. There's a lot of athleticism involved. There's some big lads involved, but I think as long as it doesn't get. Doesn't cross a certain point, and I don't see that it has either by Hearts or ourselves at any point. So, no, I've got no fears. I expect our lads to stand up to the Hearts player in the best possible way, and not be bullied. But I have no fears that what Hearts doing is okay. I like what they're doing.
You've been quite impressive impressed by them overall this season, especially coming back into the division and how they've
Yeah, absolutely.
adapted against
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I mean, I didn't really see them last year in the other division, but you know, they certainly look like a team that are more than comfortable in this level, and you know, are giving the likes of Aberdeen, the sort of who aspire to a high position in the league, you know, along with obviously Celtic, they're giving them a run for their money. So yeah, they're doing something right.
This will be your 900th game as a manager.
Yeah. I mean, I asked the lads to check that number. I didn't realise it was going to be 900. I knew it was high, but I didn't know it was 900. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's been an ambition. I've known it's been quite a high number for a while. I didn't know what the number was, and you know, I felt in my mind that I wanted to get to 1,000. You know, so you know, I have a chance. Another couple of years at this, and I maybe make the 1,000, maybe 2 seasons from now. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that.
Do these wee milestones matter to managers then? Is it something
Yeah, I think so.
that is quite important?
Yeah, I don't think there's that many get to 1,000, so you know, that would be a good achievement. And you know, that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah.
How's your team news looking other than
Yeah, everyone's fine. Everyone's fine, apart from obviously the loss of Grimmy and last suspended. Everyone else is training this morning, and everyone else has, you know, been shown that they want to play. So no, it's all good.
Have you made any moves or progress or anything in terms of getting somebody else?
I mean, I'm talking to 1 or 2 people, but not anything that's imminent or anything that's necessarily desperate. You know, it's, you know, one of the things that happens is obviously my phone's full of messages at the moment about players' availability. You know, we've got our chief scout coming up today, and you know, we're having these conversations all the time. So yeah, I'm looking.
Excellent.
Right.
Thank you.